Hello and welcome back. I'm Sean Fox and you're watching another episode of Made to Ramble, and today we're going to do something just a little bit different. Today we're talking tech. This is the Panasonic GH5. I've had the GH5 for a little while now, and it's quickly become my favorite camera for travel videography. Until now, I've resisted making any videos about the camera, reviews, features, that sort of thing, because there are a lot of guys out there doing that sort of video, and they're fantastic at it. Now, there's one feature that hasn't been getting a lot of coverage on YouTube until now, and that's the 6K photo mode. While I was in Africa, I used this feature quite a lot, and so I figured it might be worth making a video to address that feature and how I used it, because frankly, I thought it was pretty cool. 6K photo mode, while essentially a photography tool, is also recording video. Now, the idea is that you're recording a 6K video, which allows you to extract 18 megapixel JPEGs from the camera. This means you're recording high-resolution video and photos at the same time. Now, this may sound like an incredibly useful tool, and I promise it is, but it does have its downsides as well. For starters, the photos are only in JPEG mode, so if you really want to work with RAW, this isn't going to suit you. Another major issue is that the video is recorded in the camera's native aspect ratio. That's 4:3. So on a 16:9 TV screen or monitor like behind me, what you're going to have is black bars at the left and the right, unless you crop it. And the other issue worth mentioning is that the video is only recorded in H.265. Now, this is a codec that's quite difficult to work with, and it doesn't work at all in a lot of the programs like Adobe Premiere. So what you have to do with that video is you have to transcode it to a different codec. I guess the question to ask ourselves is, who is this feature intended for, and where would you use it? Now, my take on this, having come back from Africa, is that it is absolutely perfect for those times when you want to take both photo and video, and you've only got one shot at it. There is no better example of this than being on a game drive in a safari park. So what I'll do now is I'll give you a few examples of how I used it in Africa, and hopefully this will give you some idea of how this tool might be useful for you. Assuming, of course, that you have the GH5. Now, this is a pretty good example of one of the videos that I took while I was over in Africa. It's in its native aspect ratio of 4:3, and from that, on the camera, I was able to scroll through and select several still images that I liked from the video. Now, this is not a particularly useful aspect ratio for video, so in order to produce a video for YouTube, I needed to first convert the codec over to ProRes and then crop it. And while I was there, I also downscaled the video to 4K and conformed it to 25 frames per second so that it would match all my other video content. Now, while I do think that the results were fantastic, there are some issues. For starters, when you're filming it, you do need to make sure that you take into account the fact that the top and the bottom won't be there. If you've zoomed right in to fill the frame, then you'll lose some of the image at 16:9. This will probably be a lot easier with the new firmware that's coming for the Panasonic GH5, because it allows you to display markers which would show you where the 16:9 image is. Very helpful for composing your shots. All right, well, that's about all I have to say on this topic, so I hope that this has been interesting and informative for you. If you want more tech-related videos like this one, please let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, there's plenty more travel videos to come, and there'll be a new music video on Friday. So, if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button down below, and if you haven't already, subscribe. Hope to see you again.